What's going on, y'all? Janae and Anna Marie are here. This is Love During Lockup, Season 7, Episode 3 recap. Let's go ahead and get into it. We got our final castmate coming from Houston, Texas, H Town. His name is Rich. Rich is, I forgot how old they said he is. I think he's 34. If I if I if I am correct, he is 34 years old. He says, yes, he is 34. He has been married twice at 34. Interesting. He lost his virginity. He tells us that he lost his virginity at 11. And I'm like, sir, you were, I'm going to just leave it at that because who was the person you lost it to? Because if it was some, you know what, I'm going to just leave it at that. But anyway, he said he had a dream about some girl and that girl turns out to be Felicia. Felicia is 26 years old. She is locked up in, I believe, Louisiana. Excuse me. They have not met yet, but Felicia lets us know she is a little tiny firecracker. She is only 4'9". She wears a size 3 shoe. I said, I wish I was a size 3. I can't even remember the last time I was a size 3. But anyway, so he is talking. So he's talking to his trainer. He was at the gym first, and his trainer said that he had been to jail. Later, we see Rich meet up with his cousin. They at the bar smoking hookah, having a good time, and all that stuff. And he said Felicia is not like the other females that are, in the world or not in jail because she's been locked up again. She's 26 and she's been locked up since she was 17. So she's not really hip to like the social media and all that stuff. And he thinks that's a good thing. But I said, oh, wait till she gets out, baby. You just wait till she gets out, sir. But anywho, she is also Sicilian. She is Sicilian, and the cousin was like, "Do they even like black people? A Bronx Tale, anybody?" But she said she was saying Felicia was saying that her dad might have a problem with Rich being black. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see what they give. I'm not sure, but we will see what they give. Okay, so Emily is getting ready for her video visit with Justin. Justin is struggling inside, and again, once again, we're gonna say every video, R.I.P. to Justin. As you know, Justin is no longer here with us. He passed, I believe they said in like August, if I'm not mistaken. I've seen in the blogs he passed in August after filming, so we won't be seeing that during filming. Um, he she has a video visit with Justin, and they're talking, and all that stuff, and he's saying how he's really struggling and all that. And the video call just ends. It ends and all that. And apparently Emily was using his ex's account because remember the ex is the one, just as ex is the one that hooked him and Emily up. So unfortunately, she was using the ex's account to talk to him because come to find out, Emily used to be a corrections officer. She used to be a corrections officer and she stripped on the side. I was like, that a corrections officer, that's a good job. She wanted to. I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna leave it at that. But yes, she used to be a correction officer, and so she's calling the guy. She's calling the guy trying to see what's going on, and she's like, "Yeah, my name is this, but the account is under this." He's like, "Oh, well, you're using the account under somebody else's name. That's against our policy. Can't help you. Bye." Oh my goodness! But Justin is pretty much like Emily be telling her business to everybody, and that's why our visits got taken away. I was like, well, we can see that because as you see, Emily is like, I'm a hooker. Like, okay, girl. And child, we pick up where we left off with Mo. Monique walking back in the restaurant and she just boom hit the floor. Monique done fainted, y'all. She done fainted. EMS arrived, and they're like, "Do you want to go to the hospital? Do you want to go to the hospital?" At first, she's like, "No," and there's like, "Well, you don't just faint out of nowhere. Maybe it's best you go get checked out." She's like, okay." So she goes and gets checked out. Come to find out, she says she's been, as you know, she's on a weight loss journey, and y'all are so shady talking about y'all don't see the weight loss. I can tell. I could tell her face is a little smaller. Again, Monique was a very, very large. No shade. No shade. She was a very large woman. I mean, she's still, still plus size, but when you're losing, if you're really really big and you lose weight, it may take a while for people to notice. I'ma just leave it at that. Again, no shade, no shade, no shade at all. But y'all are shady. I can tell she has lost weight since when we first saw her. I honestly can. But anywho, they so she said, she's taking these weight loss shots and all that stuff. And she had not eaten anything since 2 p.m. the previous day. She hadn't eaten or even drank any water. So, excuse me, you gotta eat. Like, weight loss, whatever the case is, you have to eat. You have to stay hydrated. You have to eat. So she goes and gets checked out. Everything's fine. Blood works fine. All that stuff, all the tests and all that are fine. And so she leaves the hospital. She's like, okay, I gotta eat something. I gotta taste for some chicken. You think they go to I don't know, um El Pollo Loco? That's a restaurant down here that has like baked or like rotisserie chicken or fire grilled chicken, whatever it is, or chicken salad chick, which is like chicken salad and like little club sandwiches and all that stuff. No, they go to Popeyes. I was like, Monique, okay, yes, weight loss journey, I get it. But there are other fast food options, Again, she's up in Ohio. I don't know what they have up there and all that stuff, but you could have went to Chick-fil-A to get a grilled chicken. You know what I mean? But whatever, she gets Popeyes. So then she goes home and her sisters are blowing up the air mattresses, and I was like, well, dang. At first, I was like, dang. Monique was in her room and all that stuff, and I was like, dang, she could have let her sisters have her bed and all that stuff. Then I saw the bed, and I was like, never mind. Only because I was like, okay, maybe because it was in the corner. But I was like, is that a full size bed? I don't know. But anywho, so she's talking to Titus, or Titus calls her. She tells us because they were supposed to meet with Titus's cousin. What was his name? Was it Jamal? The one that we saw 2 episodes ago. I believe his name is Jamal. But they were supposed to go and meet with him later that day. But she was like, I'm gonna have to cancel and all that stuff. She tells Titus and all that. And Titus is like, she's like, we had a conversation, and you supposed to be on point, and you're not paying attention to her, talking to her real crazy, no empathy at all. And then she said after the cameras left, Titus called her a dumb bitch. Monique, why you still talking to this guy? Monique, come on, come here. Why are you still talking to this guy? And he called you a dumb bitch? No, ma'am. No, ma'am. No, Pam. No baloney. So it's the next day, and she's calling him. She's like, we need to talk about the day before. And he's just trying to move on from it and all that. The sisters take the phone, and he's talking about Monique. He's like, she don't know how to treat a man in a relationship, blah, 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 blah. And Monique's like, you gonna apologize or we done. Like, you about to get blocked. You about to get blocked. That's where the story ends off with them. I think present day they're still together. Monique, love yourself, girl. Love yourself. I'ma just leave it at that. let's talk about Kaylee. So Kaylee goes to Mike's mom house and they're talking, and she's like, the mom was like, I told you not to marry him. I said, so when the mama tell you not to marry him, when his mama says don't marry him and you marry him anyway, they about to be they about to give us a ride. And they're coming out. Mike is getting out in a week, so I believe they're gonna be on Love After Lockup. I'm pretty sure. After this, we have Mama June's whatever show they have now. What is it? Not family, not hot to not whatever it is. I don't know. But so I'm guessing after Mama June goes off, we'll get Love After Lockup. I guess we'll see. Anywho, so the mom's giving Kaylee Mike's birth certificate and social security to, get him ready for when he gets out and all that stuff. And Kaylee has maxed out Mike's credit cards. And Mike is very, very good with money. Like, remember, he has 14K saved up in an account that Kaylee don't know about because Kaylee is terrible with money. His mom's name is Angel. She said before he got locked up, he had a full-time job. He was doing good for himself. So he is good with money. So Kaylee wants to see if her mom, I forgot her mom's name, and Mike's mom can sit down because they do not get along. And I can't wait for next week because that's gonna be good. But Mike's mom has the feeling that, because I'm sure Kaylee has shared like what her mom has done to her. Her mom had a gambling addiction, and Kaylee had a really good job before, and the mom pretty much took Kaylee's money. So, Angel's mom don't see it for Kaylee's mom at all. So Kaylee and her mom go shopping for Mike. They go shopping at some store for like some clothes and all that stuff, and they spend like 700 something dollars. And Kaylee is pulling out card. I'm sorry, ma'am, it's declined. Another card. Boom. Sorry, ma'am, it's declined. She done pulled out like 4, 5 cards, and all of them is declined. And her mom had to end up paying for the stuff. She's like, I'm paying for your husband. Da, 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 da. And Katie brings up, I want you and Angel to have a conversation. Again, they don't get along, so we gonna see what happens with that. I saw some drinks flying in next week's preview, so you can only imagine. Y'all, let's talk about your mama, aka Ayesha, aka Anna Marie. So Ayesha is going to Alabama to see Michael. She brings her friend Crystal, and they're taking a 3-hour drive to go see him. He has been moved. He moved prison, so they're gonna go see if they can see him. My, I'll wait. I'll hold that for a minute. So we are introduced to her baby doll named Anna Marie. She said Anna Marie has helped her through this struggle. She was in her car, she was homeless, and it was just her and Anna Marie. And I mean, that is her coping mechanism, but therapy, therapy, no, no, prayer, therapy, no. Okay, that's not what she wants to do. Allegedly, I don't know, but just weird for 50 something year old person to be walking around with a Anna Marie. Shout out to Anna Marie. So she got this baby doll. So again, her intentions are to go see Michael and meet up with his aunt. So her friend's name is Christy. My apologies. So she's like, I'm glad you here with me. I'm going to this slave state, Alabama. Da, 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 da. I said, ma'am, you live in Georgia. Outside of Atlanta, exactly. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Outside of Atlanta, I'm mm-mm. No, 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 no. So she said she submitted her background check for the visit, but she never heard back. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. I ain't never went to see nobody in prison, but I feel like if they hadn't gotten back to you about a background check, that you're not necessarily approved for this visit. Correct me if I'm wrong, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. Anywho, so she gets to the jail and she tries to talk to a worker who's like, we trying to see so and so. She's like, you can't just walk up in there. The worker was absolutely correct. And her and her friend is just like, oh, you ain't gotta be so rude. You are going to visit somebody in jail. There are rules and protocols that you gotta adhere to. Again, you can't just walk up and be like, we're here to see so and so. Like so so she gets denied because again, she didn't do it or she hadn't gone back to see if she was approved or not. She thought she could just waltz up in jail and be like, hey, Mikhail. So she, so she go and cry in the car. And that's it. All right. So what did y'all think of this week's episode? I think it was a decent episode. If I would rate it, I guess I'd give it like a give it a I give it a 6. I think next week's episode is gonna be good. When the mamas get together and all that, that's gonna be good. But me and Anna Marie got to be out of I'll see y'all on the next video. Later.